Welcome back, guys. How have you been? We are here doing a general energy reading today, just the first one here of 2024. You'll notice that my background is a little different than you're used to seeing. No neon lights. I am not in New York. I am currently in Nevada. I am on the Cheat Code Tour, so if you're interested in knowing what the Cheat Code is, the Cheat Code Meditation, please check out my website. It is phoenixrosetribe.com, and the Cheat Code method is a meditation practice that I've put into place for myself and my clients that allows us to kind of tap into our inner energies. It kind of allows us to just kind of calibrate what we are really here for every day, and it only takes about 33 minutes a day to do. So check out my website online, phoenixrosetribe.com. There's also some gear there as well. Shirts, we have sweaters. I'm getting a couple of my stuff washed right now because like I said, we're on tour with the Cheat Code shoes. Let me pull those up really fast so I can show you guys what those look like. Cheat Code shoes. All right, what this is Metatron's cube, the fruit of life. Excuse a little bit of the dirt if you see it because these are on tour. These are called Show Me Your World. Okay, Show Me Your World means, they come in this black and white kind of atmosphere here, so you can take fabric markers, you can design them, you can color them. But I also want you to do a little outside of the box thinking like I am, and basically the Show Me Your World shoes are going to be super white, and they're probably going to get a little dirty and tore up. And that's kind of the point, right? Because Show Me Your World right now, I am celebrating the blue collar workers of the planet, starting with my man, and he is a flatbed truck driver, and so I'm following him around all month this month just to kind of see like what it is that they go through. Some of the things that I've learned so far is that, truthfully, when we go on travel trips, when we say we're going to go road trip, you're on the trucker's road, okay? Like, there is so many trucks on the road that you probably aren't paying attention to. Please, guys, be careful when you're around these guys because they are really, really, really keeping the glue together for this country. If you think about anything that you want, when you get Amazon Prime, you get stuff sent overnight, or let's just say you're ordering something for your home siding, or you're not understanding when somebody's doing a new construction, they need big tires for certain things, and these are just a couple of things that my man Conrad that he moves around over the country. And we've been on a trip now. I met him down in Columbia, South Carolina, because that's where his company is stationed, and then we went from there to Virginia to pick up the load that we're carrying right now, which we will deliver on Monday, and that has been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday, and we're just driving everywhere. I've been through all the way across the country. We're going to be delivering tomorrow. I'm super excited to see how that goes. If you're interested in following that journey, I'm documenting everything on my stories on my Instagram. I will put my Instagram tag down below if you want to go ahead and follow me there. So with that being said, we're going to just tap into the energies of 2024. I want to remind you guys that 2024 maybe just got started, but you are still in a cycle, okay? We are still, I think Uranus is the only one that's still left in retrograde right now. Go look it up. There's a whole bunch of videos, a whole bunch of YouTube people that'll tell you what that means for your sign. So go check that out. It'll help you kind of figure out what's going on. And I want to remind you guys that the springtime is actually the nature's new year, okay? So nature restarts her life, restarts all of her new beginnings in the spring, okay? So don't feel bad if you don't have a lot of things figured out right now, if you still feel like you're like, I'm behind, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm still transmuting all of these crazy energies that we've had to deal with so far. Remind yourself, again, this is a huge karmic cycle that we've just finished at the end of last year, end of 2023, which was a 15-year karmic cycle. I think Pluto was in Capricorn, don't quote me on that, but it was in Capricorn. And what that did is it really just pushed down on all of the things that Capricorn rules. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of discipline. If you know any Capricorns like myself, we're generally super hard workers. We're just go. Think about Capricorn as a goat. What do goats do? They climb, they keep going all the way up to the top of the mountain. So if you felt like you've been chasing your life path for the last 15 years, just know that anything and everything that came across during those times are exactly what you needed to do. And you should start to feel some energy shift if you haven't already. I know December was really rough for a lot of people, and really the only way to transmute through these times were to find the rebirth side of what you are going through. Okay, the rebirth things, when you know, look at Phoenix Rose, like this is what I'm talking about when I say the Phoenix. You can go out and be like, yeah, I'm the Phoenix, I'm rebirthing. Yeah, you have to set yourself on fire first, okay? And you have to sit there and burn through it until you realize that you are the fire, okay? So with that being said, we're going to do a general energy reading just to kind of keep you guys in tune with what's going on. We're going to see what the cards have to say. I've brought some specific decks along with me on our journey here on the Cheat Code Journey. And so we're going to be doing some of these, I think, once a week on Sunday for the YouTube channel. I will also do some stuff on Instagram as well. And once again, please, please, please go follow me. There's a lot of really cool stuff, scenery, nature, just behind the scenes of these blue collar workers, because I believe they are a big part of the glue that holds this country together, and just the small things. Okay, they do a lot for us. All right, so that being said, we're going to tap into some energies here. We do have our Divine Feminine deck today. If you want to check that out, I really, really, really love this deck. It really brings into essence a lot of the historical characters that have to do with the divine feminine and that nature, which has kind of been muted through our society for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this first one here that's coming up, because it's already trying to flip on me. These cards are jumping. I haven't done one in a while, and they really do. They want to be heard. Okay, so we're going to pull some from Divine Feminine. I have a Light Seer deck here. There goes our second one. Give me 2 seconds here. Green Tara is our next one. And I'm going to pull one more because we like to do everything in threes here. She gave me 2 more, so we'll go ahead and go with that. All right, so we're going to start with just these 4 energies. We're going to clarify with a few other decks, and then we'll give you a little bit of guidance from our 2 decks that are my favorite, which embody the 2 goddesses that I channel the most, which are Isis, the Cleopatra Isis, okay? And then also Kali, which comes from the Hindu religion, and she's the mom that comes in and says, you know what, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out, but you're going to follow your divine path. So welcome to 2024. Welcome to the Cheat Code Tour and the very first tarot reading of Phoenix Rose Oracle. All right, so what did we have jump out first here? We had Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. If you've been feeling lately like you haven't quite been able to figure out what home looks like, you know, they say home is where the heart is. Okay, cool. That we get all that. That's great. Home is where the heart is. But how does that relate to our physical world? No matter where I am home. Why? Because the heart is the center of home. Remember, home in the physical realm, a house, a place to sleep, any of these things that you think of as home are merely that way because you've designated that as the structure of attachment that allows you to feel safe and at home. What I would encourage you to do, and that's what this card is trying to let you know, the most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Remember that if you want to go to church or you want to have some kind of spiritual connection to all that is, you simply just need to go within, okay? The Cheat Code meditation on my website will help you find that within. So if you check that out, just kind of look at the theology behind that. It doesn't take very long. It's actually really fun. Go check it out. So no matter where I am home. I actually find this card really beautiful because what we're sitting in right now, is the trucker's home. Okay, there's a bed here, we have a refrigerator here, we have closets, we have everything. Like, he's in doing laundry right now, and it's like, it doesn't matter where we are, we do still have that sense of home within ourselves when we connect to our spirit here. So if you feel like you've been having a hard time finding what home looks like for you, Spirit's asking you to go within right now. Spirit's asking you to really tear away everything that doesn't serve you anymore. And that could be friends, that could be relationships, that could be jobs, that could be paradigms within your mind that encase you into this idea of entrapping yourself into a place that feels homeless, okay? Some of the second ones that came out, we had Green Tara. Green Tara. Green Tara is the Buddha of enlightened action. All right, she says, my soul informs me of every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. So once you go within and you find this home of yourself, you do need to ask your heart here, what am I being called to do? What am I being called to move towards? I will tell you that if you have not found a way to transmute your trauma or your pain, don't act like you ain't got none, because everybody's got some, okay? Nobody gets into this world without getting a little bit of darkness too. If you are hiding from your darkness, you sometimes may not even realize that you're hiding from it, okay? I would highly recommend that you find some kind of spiritual guidance to allow you to transmute those emotions, because that is super key to finding out what your purpose is, okay? Your purpose comes through not using your pain to paint the world red. It is from transmuting your pain and learning how to overcome that pain, forgive through that pain, and learn that every single thing, good, bad, middle, between, it happens for a reason. If you can't accept that those things happen for a reason, you've now encased yourself into a physical realm that you will no longer transmute from, okay? Do not limit yourself, do not limit your growth by the things that you physically see in front of you, because you yourself are the manifester, you yourself, you are the light, and you moving forward then now is dependent on you finding what your soul is trying to say. So I do what my heart compels me to do. One of the things that she does say in the book, and we'll get to those things later if we have time, is that she says, when you're feeling helpless, help somebody, okay? There's always an opportunity to help somebody, whether it be someone in your family, a friend, or if it's just giving a compliment to somebody that you see out and about, or smiling at somebody that maybe could use a smile, okay? You may never get a thank you from them. You may never see them again. You may never even get any recognition for that, but that's the point, is like your purpose here isn't to get recognized. Your purpose here is to be a part of the divine plan, of the divine oneness that connects all of us together, okay? For your other cards here, I just saw the one underneath and I'm super excited about it, but I'm going to go with Bridget first. Bridget here is your next card for the Divine Feminine. She says, I am the goddess of the eternal flame. I am the eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. So once again, let's go back to that cheat code meditation. Now that we know that a house is not a home, the heart is. Now we also know that within that home we have that voice that's going to speak to us and tell us what our passion power is. She's also telling you that the more you focus on that, that will compound. One of my favorite sayings, and it's on my websites, on my business cards, small things on a consistent basis create the largest change. What are the keys in that? Consistency, okay? And what is the other key to that? Small, tiny changes. Think about how many minutes you waste a day dead scrolling. Could you pull back maybe 33 minutes of that thing to do a little bit of a cheat code meditation? And it's not the I mean, you could do that if you want it, but my cheat code meditation is you listening to a dope playlist that is a collaboration of all of the songs that I feel are soul voices that have been channeled down, you know, the soul voices from this space here. And it's a choir of all these separate emotions. The challenge is to listen to the Regeneration playlist. Once again, that's on my website. Listen to the Regeneration playlist, but do not skip songs, because these are all donated songs from individuals from all walks of life. Some of them are actually creators of that song itself. I have singers and stuff like that, rappers and stuff, that have added their own stuff, which they've gotten to Spotify now. To just don't skip songs. Each song is a life, right? And if you skip that song, you're basically telling that person that their life didn't matter. What do I want you to achieve through that? If you're not a fan of the type, if you're not a fan of the words, if you're not a fan of the emotion that occurs there, you're avoiding a part of yourself. Because once again, universal oneness, all right? We are all the same, and we are all required to have an individual path and an individual story. You do not have to like everything, but you do have to understand that there is space that exists for this thing to exist in this world, okay? We're moving into the age of Aquarius, where Aquarius is polarized by Leo, all right? You think about the zodiac, and you always have a polarized sign here. Aquarius is all about making sure that the community is taken care of, new, innovative ideas, free thinking, changes. It's an air sign, so it's really, really, really putting that mind forward. But it's being polarized by Leo. Now, Leo is like the brave lion, MGM Grand, roar, lion, but it is also the cowardly lion, and it is also like, oh, my heart hurts, and I want to be important, and I want to be brave, but please, worship me. Those two things can exist, okay? Autonomy and individuality can exist in those two spaces by understanding one thing. Your story matters, but it is not the only story that matters. The best way that I can transmute that or translate that for you is that if you look at a picture, it takes multiple pixels, squared dots, to make the whole thing. Now, if I am a pixel of black and somebody else is a pixel of black and the third is a pixel of black and I get everybody to be black with me, what kind of picture do we have? Not a damn thing. Okay, there needs to be contrast, there needs to be individuality. That's how we grow, that's how we move through things and how we start to move forward. So the eternal flame will continue to grow so long as you focus on it and you find that grounding center every day, whatever it is. Cheat code meditation, listen to some music, color like you were a little kid, and then there's some somatic body movement at the end of it where you actually get up and you start to dance a little bit because the body has to move. If you think about nature, animals tend to slow down when they're ready to die. You want to die or do you want to evolve? Okay, don't limit your own consciousness and its own evolution by saying sedentary. Okay, we already know that sedentary beings have kind of developed some health problems along the way. I'm not a doctor, don't take me, whatever. I'm not a doctor, I am a personal trainer, and I do have some nutrition coaching that I can help you with also on my website. But just remember that movement is key. Particularly, I'm speaking to the ladies, particularly women. Okay, men, you need this too because you have a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Women also divine feminine and divine masculine. But women mostly pray through our bodies. And so we need to have that movement within our hips, within our shoulders, within our core to be able to stay connected to the spirit that does exist within us. Our last card here is Sarah Lakali. I love this card. I love it. I love it. I love it. She's the queen of the outsiders, okay, which is perfect because that's exactly what I love to do. I am the queen of the outsiders. I have always just been gravitating most towards those that people would say they won't make it, okay? People who are written off as broken, people who are written off as something that, will never be good or could never achieve something because of XYZ paradigm of society that we've boxed these people into. So she says, I have arrived. I am where I always will be, and that's in love. Okay? I would challenge you to ask yourself, what does love mean to you? Okay? Is love something that you look at romantically and that's it? Or can you invite love to also be your family? Can you invite love to be friendships? Can you invite love to also, be your neighbor or be somebody at the grocery store? How much love can you truly embody? I would say that most of us outsiders have the outsiders that are not in jail. Okay, the outsiders that have not lost to the dark side of things, we know how to transmute things a little bit better because once we get to a point of pain that seems as if it is just incomprehensible, that when we pick ourselves up from that and move forward, we can really find a deeper, more significant love, okay? Love has great depths, and you are love, which means you have great depths. But you have to go to the dark side to find out how great the light is. All right. So with that being said, those are your four for the divine feminine. We're going to just ask for a little bit of clarification. I have my cannabis deck here, metaphysical cannabis deck. So let's see what it says and gives us maybe a little bit of guidance on how to move forward in 2024 as soon as I can get these things shuffled. All right. Mama taught me that, the bridge. As I'm shuffling these things, I just want to say this has been a fantastic year so far. We're 7 days in. I thought it was great that 2024 started on a Monday, so it kind of followed the rest of our paradigm of thinking that everything starts on a Monday. It's been a fascinating year. It's been something that has really opened my eyes and made me feel as if I'm kind of floating. It can be a little unnerving sometimes to look back at everything that I used to ground myself with and know that right now I don't have any of those things. And I've done that on purpose, you know what I mean? Just because you have to put yourself in uncomfortable places to grow. And once I'd gotten to a place where I felt like I needed to move forward with that, the doors just opened for me to be able to move forward in more love, okay? And is it easy? Nah, bruh, it's not easy. not at all. But then again, if it were easy as a Capricorn, I'd be bored. Okay, so let's ask here. We've got the cannabis deck. Let's see if there's anything Spirit wants to say. Oh, there's a couple there, and there's a third one. Do you want me to go further? Go one more time. Oh, yeah, it was there. Dropped a card. All right, so for the first drop of this one, we have alchemy, chaos. Yo, we got some chaos. Oh, I'm sorry, choices. I'm sorry, I feel like there's chaos, so there's chaos everywhere. So you have alchemy, choices. You're gonna be faced some choices. Okay, it's gonna be very clear to you that there are gonna be some decisions that need to be made. If you haven't already seen these things, you'll know soon. There's going to be some decisions that need to be made. And what I would caution you with is that when there is excitement that comes with making choices, especially life-changing choices, it may manifest as fear. It may manifest as anxiety until you take that time to sit down and find that sanctuary home within yourself and talk to yourself without any distractions. Put the phone down, okay? Everything, just set it down and just go within for a little bit and just kind of unplug from whatever this reality that we're being asked to participate in, so that you know what part you need to play in this future that we're moving forward with. Everybody has a part. Everybody has a place. Everybody got selected for the dodgeball game. It's just a matter of understanding what position you play on the field. Okay, so you do have Yamaya as also resurrection. I would like to point out here that you'll see that she's kind of got like a peacock look. And the peacock is actually the original phoenix. It's from Yoruba in Africa. And her symbolism is resurrection. So what a perfect time as well, if you follow any of the Christianity and where things go with that, is that, when Jesus was born and crucified and all those things, he actually resurrected in the spring. Okay, he came back as an Aries, which is the beginning of nature's year. Okay, so you are being called to make some choices right now that are pushing you towards resurrection, that are pushing you towards a new you. And no matter where you are in your life path, whether you are young, middle-aged, older, whatever gender you identify with, any of those things, putting a new face on for yourself, or ripping away actually the mask of who you used to be to make space for something new to occur, can be terrifying, especially in times like right now, where pretty much everywhere in the world we're dealing with some really destructive energies. Okay, so what do we also have here? We have Essence, Nana Buruku, excuse me, Nana Buruku, Essence, and she's just calling you back again to the essence of all that is. This is that mother figure. She's the essence that will make you that soup when you're sick. She's the essence that you just know is love. Okay, if you didn't have a mother figure in your life to be able to do these things for you, somebody did. Okay, somebody was able to show this to you. And if let's just say you absolutely did not, you can learn about what this is and start doing it for yourself. Okay, remember that taking care of your body was the very first thing that you were ever asked to do on this planet, was to take care of the animal body that you have, because you are not your body and you are not your mind. You are the spirit of consciousness that comes through, and you are here guiding this body through the planet as a collective, to be able to create the divine picture of whatever it is Spirit wants to create on this planet. I'm going to get to this card last because I'm going to say that one. But we have tradition and tolerance. Okay, there is a certain amount of tradition that's going to come into play here. What does that tradition mean? For me, that means my own ancestors. For me, that means going back within and finding what it meant for the women in my world to exist. Okay, what did I uncover when I went through my whole dark night of the soul? I uncovered that there's a reason why I'm a healer. There's a reason why I am drawn towards helping people, sometimes to a toxic end, where I had put all of my own needs, all of my own goals, and maybe honestly a lot of my own identity aside to simply help others. Okay, I had to pull back from that a little bit to be able to help people better, right? Because what it ends up happening is, if you're not filling your own cup, I can still fill other cups, but I get real resentful when my body gets thirsty, right? I get real resentful of like sharing my light on a regular if I am thirsty, if I am parched, and if I feel unfulfilled. So I needed to find that balance within myself to be able to take away my energy from certain places that I felt were draining me more than they were supporting me. Okay, the healer also needs healing. You know, the one who thinks about others needs to be thought about too. And if you can't find anybody in your life that does that for you, it's probably because you're not thinking about yourself first. And once you start vibing on that yourself first, I will tell you this, you are not going to immediately have all these people walk in and help you. You're going to sit in silence and in solitude for a long time. Okay, depending on how much you've been denying your own soul voice, it's going to take a while for you to figure out who really is in your tribe. But I guarantee you, your tribe's still there. It's always been there and will always be there in the future. But you have to trust, and you have to be transparent, and you have to let people know when you are not okay. You cannot expect people to just figure it out because you've been telling everybody you've been okay for so long and you are not. Okay, so they can't be inside your brain. They're a different animal. They're on a different path. Their job isn't to figure out how to heal you. It's your job to let them know what you need, and then they can help you if they are able, if they are capable. Okay, so their tradition. Find out where your ancestors from. If you can't think of anything, that you don't have any connection to those things, start thinking about. I mean, it sounds cliche, but go with your ethnic background. Okay, go get a blood test, go figure out what your ethnic background is, and start looking up, and just maybe tap into the idea that you could have possibly been part of some divine lineage, and maybe that your identity was robbed from you for that specific reason, so you could find it again. Because when you go through all of this beautiful stuff to find who you are, you don't ever have to worry about anybody questioning you about what you have to say anymore, because you've done the work. You already know you've done the work. Okay. Tolerance then also comes in to understand. Remember, your story is not the only one that matters. It does matter. It absolutely matters. Every single detail of every single moment of your story matters. But you cannot be the only one standing at the top of the soapbox when you get to knowing what you know. You have to leave space for you maybe being wrong. Okay, you have to leave space for somebody else's story to come in and color yours a little bit differently, because that gives you better dimension and a better perspective and a better detail of your specific soul voice. Okay, the last one here is sexuality. This is so key for me, because I feel like this is the one of the 4 pillars that I talk about a lot this is constantly knocked down by society. This is constantly kicked in the teeth in a lot of different ways. Okay, and when you think about just that word sexuality, what comes to mind for you? Are you ashamed? Do you know what your sexuality means to you? And are you in a place where you can find a spiritual connection to the pleasure that is involved with your own sexuality? Whether that be self-pleasure, whether that be pleasure with a partner, whether that be pleasure in just life, or how your sexuality, how your passions, how your creativity is displayed in this world. How comfortable are you with those things? And I mentioned that just a minute earlier. We have those 4 pillars. I'll briefly go over them now, but you'll see some stuff coming out soon. There are 4 pillars, 1, 2, 3, 4, that hold up the roof that is the divine consciousness. Okay, it takes 4 walls to build a home. Number 1, compassion, heart. Right, we already talked about it. Your heart is within your soul voice. You got it. The only reason you don't think you have it is because you were hurt. You're not processing your pain. Number 2 is intellect. Learn. We were just talking about tradition. Learn about yourself. Learn about everything that you can. There's a great book that I recommend. It's called Secret History of the World by Mark Booth. I mean, it's a little thick, but if you can get through that in just whatever time frame that you feel like you can start to fill in a lot of the blanks of things you might not understand. So we have compassion, we have intellect, strength. Your body is important. You need to make sure you know what it needs to eat, how much it needs to drink. What are your soil conditions for your particular plant, your particular seed of life? When your sleeping conditions, like, it's different for everybody. As somebody who's been a professional bodybuilder in the past, I've helped hundreds of clients get their health in order. I've helped hundreds of clients get their bodies and their minds back in a place where they felt like they were in control. You have to know what strength means to you. It also means endurance. It also means the ability for your body to get through tough times. Means that sometimes it's not going to the gym. Sometimes that means go home, take a bath, and go to bed. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't mean restrictive dieting yourself for 6 to 8 months to get your physical body to some paradigm that you think you need to be. Spirit could give a crap what your body looks like. It just wants you alive long enough to fulfill your purpose. Okay? And the fourth pillar of that is sexuality. Because the Kundalini energy that exists in your sacral chakra, that is where your passions come from, where your creativity comes from. If we are love and the body is a spaceship, honey, your sexuality is your jet fuel. Go get it. Go figure out what that means for you and start within with the heart. Okay, start asking yourself the tough questions that make it a little bit difficult for you to express your own sexuality, creativity, and passions. We are living in a time right now where everything is possible. I mean, you could be anything and everything that you could ever possibly want to be. Put it online and make millions, you know, just by being the different one. What was that TikTok trend where they were just like, oh, thank you for the rose. You know, like everybody thought, that's so ridiculous. Yeah, but she made some money off of that, didn't she? She created a whole trend for that. And nobody who's on TikTok could probably think of any time in the future where she's not going to be relevant. All right. Other people are imitating that thing as well. Everything has a purpose, even if it seems trivial and stupid. If it bothers you, that's where you need to start. Okay. So we got the Light Seer deck here. This is my holographic one. Let's get a quick message from here and then we'll wrap it up. We got 2 cards coming out. Let's see if there's one more. Let me get at least through the whole deck first. There's a third. Ooh, I like these. All right, so we just got those 3. Let me just double check nothing flipped while I was card flipping. All right, so your 3 cards that you have for here, you have the Empress. Obviously, you see here she's birthing the earth. That's you. Empress energy is the divine feminine creativity within you. So it is coming alive right now, and you are supported. You just have to take the time for yourself. The longer you stay away from your own soul voice, and the longer you attach yourself to material things around you, people, places, things, jobs, whatever, expectations, labels, the more you attach yourself to those things, you're actually going to kill or not kill, because this is going to come out one way or the other, but you're going to stifle the progress and make that the pregnancy of your new life. You're going to make it very uncomfortable for yourself. You also have the Page of Cups here. It's a little hard to see with the holographic deck, but what he's doing is you see there's a little piggy in the top corner here. It's the Dreamer card. What if money wasn't an issue, if time wasn't an issue, if resources weren't an issue, and you're in your soul voice and you know what your purpose is, what would you be doing tomorrow? When you woke up, what would your day look like? All right. Let yourself move forward in that childlike faith. That is the power of manifestation. Imagination is manifestation. Okay. This is why kids get so excited when they see new things. And we're just like, oh, you don't believe in that. Or you could believe in that right now, but it won't be real later. Stop doing that. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop stifling your own dreams. Stop smashing your own wins as you're trying to get out of the dark cave, all right? And 5 of Pentacles, this one's talking about. Y'all are sitting in here in this dark cave, and you can't really see it in this card, but there's a little tiny key right here. It's in the cave with you. The key is within you. And really all it is that she's sitting here looking down, and all she needs to do is look up over here so she can open the door. 5 of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy. 5, we have 5 fingers. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. That's why we use the spirit finger when we flip the birds to people, okay? Because that's your spirit saying no. N-O. Learn to use that word. It's the sexiest word in the business. All right, so enough with the rambling on that. We're going to get 2 little cards here from our Kali deck and our Isis deck. I've combined these 2 together. These ladies follow me everywhere. Isis is the divine sexuality and the love. If you look up the story of Isis and Osiris, it's heavily rooted in sexual creativity and passion on how she resurrects Osiris after he falls apart. And then Kali, I describe her as If you were about to walk across the street and you're stepping into the crosswalk, all of a sudden something comes and grabs you from the back of your neck and rips you back. In that moment of being ripped back, you're shocked, maybe you're in pain, maybe something feels off, and you're startled, and there's so much fear. But the minute you pull back from that, the bus goes by, whoosh, that would have killed you. In that moment, you become grateful, but you become even more grateful when you turn around and realize that it was your mother who pulled you back and said, I won't let you go that path. It's going to hurt you. And I know this is scary, and I know this doesn't seem like it makes sense to you, but if you had taken that step, you would have died. And I love you. I'm your mother. I don't want you to die. Okay? So Kali is that she comes in and she destroys the demons of whatever it is in your life that's holding you back from your true path. So that's why I balance my channeling with these two ladies, one of them being that sexual, creative, beautiful, feminine, goddess, which, Cleopatra, she was loved so much because she made her people believe, or she embodied the spirit of Isis. And then Kali, because you know what? Mama don't play. Mama don't play. All right, so Isis and Kali, let's go ahead and close it out for us. You got anything to say to us today? We got 2 from Isis. Let's see if we can get 1 from Kali. Kali, you got something to say today? Got something to say? There she is. Okay. So we did get another one that popped down here. I'll save this one for the end, but we're going to go in with the ones that I see up right here. So the first one we have here is High Priestess. Damn, we were just talking about that Empress energy. This is High Priestess. A mystery is to be unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. It's exactly what we just talked about. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. So once again, cheat code meditation. Get in there, start tapping in. It won't make sense for a little while, but it will make sense if you keep going. Portal of light. Guys, come on. It is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a conscious being on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space. So if you're feeling as if you're being called to heal, a lot of that healing comes from within, and comes from the meditation, comes from the prayer, comes from the shadow work, the dream work. And you don't physically have to do a lot to be able to tap into these energies. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual work. You are not leaving your earthly connection behind. You are merely adding to it. So when you start to go spinning and go cray cray and you're like, I don't understand, I feel like I should belong in a sane asylum, what's going on? You're on the right path, okay? Your 2 Kali cards today are Bhuvaneswari. I tried. She is the rising sun. Oh, that's powerful. Marking the ending of darkness and the replenishment of life force after illness or devastation. So my heart goes out to anybody who's lost anybody. Big hug for you guys. But illness or devastation, I think that's pretty clear that we're all in that space right now. Whether it exists in your conscious immediate world, it is existing somewhere on this planet. And if you are in a space where you are not experiencing these things, you have a divine duty to now put that good vibe you have into the world. You need to be the light now, because there's a lot of people who can't find it. She creates a clean slate and a fresh start. Okay, fresh starts are great. It's a good breath of fresh air, but they're still scary. All right. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. Anything that is not worthy of the heart, she'll kill that. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. Okay, so she's here to tell you that nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. Really, you're going to start, I'm sorry guys, you have to see this. Do you see how they both start with the same difficult word? Bhavatarini. Whatever. When momentum is building and you don't know how to stop fueling the fire or reverse the damage, Kali brings grace and freedom from negative patterning and stubborn mindsets, resistant to change. Okay. If you feel like things are spinning out of control, that's when you have to let go. That's when you have to let go of the idea that there's something that you can do, because you probably cannot. And when you cannot do anything, you're being asked to sit still and watch and not react. When you react to that fire, you're adding to the fire, which is destroying your world. All right? Don't destroy your essence. burn down the things that don't serve you. Okay, now is a powerful time for spiritual work and healing practices. Cheat code meditation. All right, she will support the work, and much growth can come from it. The storm shall be gentled, and you shall emerge unharmed. Okay, it may not look how you want it to look, but that's the point, because it's not your decision. The purpose, guys. Yeah, nope. You will love what you do. You will love where you are being guided to, if you know what your soul voice is. The one. Perfect. Wings of Isis is your last card. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service in this human culture. This oracle also brings you angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation. So if you needed some confirmation that you got angels and spirit guides behind you, this is it. All right, tap into those energies. Tap, 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 tap. Keep double downing, double downing, double downing. Keep doing that, because truthfully, you are going to end up there anyway. You can't really do anything wrong. You can delay. You can make it more uncomfortable for yourself. You could swim upstream all you want, but when the flood comes, it's going to push you the way it needs to go either way. And your job is to just decide, am I going to fight the new reality? Or am I going to let go and become part of something that I never even thought I was capable of? How much are you willing to unlimit yourself? How far are you willing to go in removing the things that no longer serve you? How much are you really willing to lose to have the life of your dreams? Okay? If you want to wake up from your dreams, you got to start by going within and tapping on that little heart of yours and saying, hey, sweetheart, it's time to wake up. Can you tell me what we're going to go do now? Okay, you're my navigator, and I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you to move me to this new path. And I'm going to sit here with you every day until we learn how to speak to each other, so that I can now speak with this voice that I have been gifted in this human body to move forward on the path that is meant the most for me. And I submit myself to this. I submit myself to this path moving forward. And I just know that anything that falls away in the process is going to be something that was meant to go. And now one last thing on that. If things and people, places, or whatever are leaving your life, and you're an overgiver like myself, you might feel a little guilty that you're leaving people high and dry. Sometimes Spirit asks you to do some things because they want you to leave the other people high and dry. They need those people to be without your light so they may find their own. Okay? You can't be the torch for everybody. You can only be there to show them that they are not alone. Light the pilot light, and then give them the tools that they need to gas their own self up. You know? All right. I hope you guys are enjoying your 2024, and just understand that if it still feels like your life's in a blender, it's meant to feel that way. And it's great because it could possibly make you the best little smoothie protein shake to move you forward to this next future life. I love you all very much. Once again, please visit the website if you're interested in learning more about the cheat code meditation. Please follow me on Instagram. Once again, I'll have that link down below as well, to share the story of Show Me Your World and the shoes. Get your own pair and let me know where you take them. Let me know what you do and when you design them, and tag me. Tag me on Instagram or send me an email with your photos and your stories. I love to see how this is helping you guys, because this is something that I've been doing and it's completely changed my life. Completely changed my life, and it has given me the one thing that I've always wanted, and that's true love. I am in a place now where I have something that is so deeply spiritual and so deeply connected to my life path that I could cry every day tears of joy by simply going within and finding that one spark that I know is my true voice. And is it something that's completely attuned to where I want it to be or where I believe it should be? No. But it is so powerful in its tiny, tiny essence that it keeps me going in a way that I just could not move forward before without it. And I refuse to move again, ever, without it. in the future. So follow me along this journey on Instagram, follow me on the website, email me, talk to me, see what you got. If you guys are interested in working with me, I do nutrition coaching, and I also do, like workouts and things like that. If you really do want to get back in the gym, just be advised, I'm not a regular coach. I'm not somebody who's going to sit there and drill sergeant you into everything. What I'm going to do is we're going to assess where you really need to be on this path, because my training, my coaching goes more into figuring out with the divine consciousness first. 4 pillars to make a house. Mind, body, spirit stands on top. And if you keep these 4 things in place, you can stand on this roof, not within the home. You only go within the home when it's dark, okay? You're supposed to stand on the roof, dance, sing, play, and just shine your beautiful light into this world. All right, I love you guys very much, and I will be very excited to see you on next Serendipity Sunday. All right, if you have any questions or comments about anything I've shared with you, please leave a comment below, and I will see you next time.